Good morning, everyone. So let's start the webinar. Hello, everyone. I'm Srinivvasan from Team Back Campus, and I'm here to welcome you for this third session of Back Campus this year. So I would like to thank you for taking time out at being here. I would like to introduce my co-host Mayur Budorkar. He will give the brief matters about today's event being conducted by Back Campus. So Mayur, you can continue. Yes, Mayur, did you able to unmute? Okay. I would like to introduce today's presenter, G. Srinivasan sir. G. Srinivasan sir is the Chief Executive Officer of Sporjo, a platform which helps sports enthusiasts to find the perfect career in sports. With over 18 years of experience in sports industry, sir has worked as a head of group marketing and strategy director at IMG Reliance, assistant vice president marketing and commercial at Indian Super League, marketing commercial at Indian Premier League in 2011 and to 2014, senior brand connection manager at Nike India, senior marketing manager at ESPN Star Sports, and operation controller at United Media Service Muscat. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time. I need to leave some time to G. Srinivasan sir to introduce himself to all of you. Thank you, everyone. So, sir. Sir.
Yeah, just sharing my screen. Rishabh, is my screen visible?
Yeah, I will present it.
Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this. Rishabh, can you mute your mic, please?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this session by Sporjo. Sporjo, as the name suggests, is a short form for sports jobs. We're the only one of its kind in company in the whole world which assesses, trains, and gets people jobs in the sports industry. Right now, we're talking of off pitch, but we are very soon getting into the on pitch side as well, which is jobs in coaching. We believe Sports is going to transform the sports industry, both India and globally, and helps both candidates and employers reach where they belong. Candidates from a perspective of getting their dream jobs, and for employers to help them reach their growth targets, with Sporjo giving them the right employees. Krishab's already introduced me, my 20th year in the sports industry, and just wanted to add that since I was maybe 5-6 years old, I always wanted to be associated with sports. So we get hundreds and hundreds of people coming to us every day saying that I'm passionate about sport, I want to work in it, and I will do anything. We call it the I will do anything syndrome, which means that uh, people think sports is just because I'm passionate about sports, I should walk into any company, but it doesn't work like that. I mean, you cannot walk into a bank and say I will do anything. You can't walk into Unilever and say I will do anything. There are certain things that you're supposed to do, and you are hired basis certain skills and competencies that you have. Sports is no different. So the Indian sports industry is over $1 billion. That's pretty massive, which is uh, over 5.5 million students. 500,000 say that they are interested in sports. There are 100 plus companies and over 30,000 jobs in the industry. But in spite of that, candidates can't get a job and employers can't hire the right people. The sports ecosystem is divided into the following buckets. Broadcasters like Star, Sony, Fancode, clubs across cricket, football, table tennis, wrestling, kabaddi, fantasy and gaming, which is coming up in a big way. Federations like the BCCI and the All India Football Federation, which work towards the development of sport in the country. Data and analytics, which is coming up as a very, very important part of working in sports. Brands like Hero and Apollo, who invest a lot in sports, which is sports as part of their marketing plan through the year. Corporates like Reliance, GSW, Tata's, which help develop the game at the grassroots levels. Agencies across digital, sales, operations, which support the entire ecosystem on their shoulders. And content and media. We've seen the importance of that during lockdown, especially when there was no live sport. Rights holders who buy rights of a certain event and sell it to different people in this ecosystem. So over the last 2 years, there have been 100,000 Google searches with saying that sports careers in India, jobs in sports in India, sports jobs in India, careers in sports in India, with different combinations. And the result has been one big zero, because you don't even have a website which tells you, yes, how do you work in sports? Which is why the contribution of sports to employment in our country is way below global average. There are over 20 verticals of working in sports, 20 plus. If you slice and dice these further, it goes up to 40 or 50 as well. Conventional ones like operations, sales, digital marketing, finance, legal, and new age ones like sports tech, esports, and gaming. And over 50 plus roles, which across pretty much every vertical. Take operations, for example. You have ticketing, which is a very important part of sporting events. In India, it works a lot in cricket and football. The other sports do not contribute as much in ticketing. Venue management, which is managing the entire venue. Match operations is managing the match along with the venue team, liaising with both teams, with match officials, with the broadcasters, etc. Accreditations, you will see a lot of people running around with badges around their necks to say how we can, because each venue is divided into zones, and those people are responsible for those zones, so that people don't overlap and create chaos in the So entertainment is an important part of live sport these days. Not so much this year, but I'm sure it'll come back very soon. Hospitality, which is when you pay a lot more for F&B and you get premium seats. So like this, there are lots and lots of verticals. I've just sort of broken it down and highlighted the key ones, like sports goods and apparel. Nike does not have 3 people, right? I mean, there are thousands and thousands of people. But for the sake of understanding, I have broken it down into these. All these adds up to the 30,000 jobs that I've told you. So what are the critical skills required for working in sports? Passion for sports, like I mentioned, is a given. If you want to join finance, you need to have a passion for numbers. Understanding the sport is critical, which means going beyond being just a viewer. Understanding the business of sport is very important, which is why do brands pay a lot more for cricket, lesser for football, lesser for kabaddi, and pretty negligible for badminton, considering we have in spite of having the top players in the world. Sports is about teams, so being a team player is crucial. Having networking skills is very important. That doesn't mean sending LinkedIn requests only. What it means is showcasing along with the request as to what you've done and what you intend to do in the sports industry. Communication and hard work are a given, and having a solution-oriented mindset is very crucial, which means all sports is live, and if something happens on the ground, you can't stop the match. The match has to go on. You need to figure out ways and have plans already to say how can you solve a particular crisis without affecting the game. Favorite question is, do I have to pay for working in sports, or does it pay enough money? I'm sitting in front of you, and trust me, it's not that bad. It's pretty similar to most industries, barring outliers like finance and banking, where people are paid more. But if you do well, you deliver on all the things that's expected of you, it's pretty much same as most industries. So having said all this, we sort of decided to start Sporjo, a company which assesses, counsels, trains, and gets people jobs in the sports industry through a process which is meritocratic, objective, and scientific. Our mission is to transform passion to become a profession in the sports industry and create an ecosystem of at least 500,000 people to support the Indian sports industry over the next 10 years. We want to be the change that we want to see in this world, rather than sitting on the sidelines and watching. Why Sporjo? Why did we start Sporjo? Because there is a problem, and for a company to start, I think it more often than not, it solves a problem which is there, and that too for something which has so much emotion, which is sports. A lot of people think if I know all the stats of Virat Kohli, Cristiano Ronaldo, I watch all Champions League games at 115, or I've played for my state, or I've done sports management from outside India, I should walk into any company. It doesn't work like that. Trust me, this is 20 years of experience talking. What's important is passion plus personality plus proficiency, which I'll touch on in a bit. As I mentioned, $1 billion industry doesn't even have a website, and the number of roles that I sort of highlighted to you, there's very little clarity and expectation from those roles, and even lesser understanding of what the challenges facing the industry are, right? From an employer perspective, there's no job mapping. An employer advertises and 1,000 people apply. But how will you gauge which one is, which candidate is suitable? That's what the Sporjo process does. Long lead times can be transformed from months to days from as part of the Sporjo process. And of course, reaching the right candidate and training other challenges which employers face, which is possible through the Sporjo process. So Sporjo acts as a bridge between the candidates and the employer, enabling meaningful exchange between them. The Sporjo process is fairly simple. Step 0, as we call it, is registration, where we eliminate the need for a CV and a couple of rounds of interviews out of the equation. We we take all the information which is there in the CV, but what we also take is sports that I play, sports that I watch, how much do I watch, where do I watch, changes that I want to bring about in sports, favorite sporting team and why, favorite athlete and why, favorite sporting moment and why. All this gives a lot of rich and meaningful data to the employer, and the questions that you already answered there save you a couple of rounds of interviews and very, very importantly, lead times. Our assessment gives candidates a lot of self-awareness, our consulting gives them guidance, and our training modules impart a lot of learning. All this goes into our database, and the right people are mapped to the right jobs. Not if we have 100 CVs, we put 70 in front of the client. It doesn't work like that. The entire process, even before COVID, was envisaged to be completely remote, which means whichever corner of India you are, you can do this. So as I mentioned, what is passion, personality, and proficiency, which is the Sporjo formula. Passion, very, very clear. You need to be passionate about sports. You need to know sports. You need to understand sports. Proficiency is what the employers hire you for, very, very clearly. Passion is a bonus. I mean, if you're joining a company and representing a football athlete and you're only interested only in cricket, it's difficult for something like that to work because you need to understand the sport, the game, which your passion will help you. Proficiency is what you bring to the table. Whether you're in sales, whether you're in marketing, operations, finance, whatever, you need to be good at your job. And personality does not mean being cool. What it means is that do you have the right traits for the right role? For example, an operations person in finance and vice versa will be quite a disaster. So passion plus the right personality, and the right proficiency is equal to a career in sports, whichever background you come from. It really doesn't matter. Just wanted to show you a short video on how the Sporjo process works.
Dreamt of working in sports? Get the Sporjo advantage and race ahead of the pack. To start off, make your way to sporjo.com and take a unique test. This test takes into account your passion, proficiency, unique score that will help you determine possible roles you are best suited for. After the test comes your opportunity to consult with some of the leading personalities in the field. These one-on-one sessions with industry experts will help you understand your strengths and areas to improve. Training time. Based on your unique test score and expert advice, you are matched to highly practical Sporjo training modules that cover all the skills you need in your chosen track. What's more, you'll get a chance to work on real-life projects and understand the practical applications of the skills you've picked up and honed. Armed with your unique test score, expert consultation, and practical training, you are now better equipped to apply for a job of your liking and the one that's most suited to your abilities. That's it. You're now prepared to kick off your sports journey with your renewed Sporjo Mojo.
So step 1, after you fill in your data, is called Spore Score, which is a test of passion, personality, and proficiency. Passion, quite fairly straightforward, questions on sports. Proficiency is questions on sports with a lens of that vertical. For example, if you're interested in sales, you should know which brand is there on the back of Rajasthan Royals or which brand is there on the sleeve of Man City. If you're interested in digital, you should know which club has the highest engagements on, which football club has the highest engagements on Instagram in the world. And personality. Personality is mapping the right people to the right role. We've mapped a lot of traits of roles that are available in sports. And after the test finishes, we can tell you which role are you likely to succeed in. It's a difference between I think I'm good at that or my friend thinks I'm good at that vis-a-vis a third-party evaluation of your personality. The degree of difficulty of questions is as per work experience, and you get a report immediately. And this is what a report looks like. Avinash was one of the first candidates we placed at the Tata Academy in Odisha, and a very high passion score. And the report says he'll be suited for a role in operations and academies. Is exactly what he got. He is also interested in grassroots, so which is great. But what gets missed out is he's really interested in playing chess and follows chess. It's something that even he wouldn't have realized that chess. We got a few profiles for online chess companies, and with so much online gaming happening, there is a whole lot of potential in those as well. I guess a lot of us think that we'll join IPL or mainstream sports, but there are lots and lots of opportunities. So what this does is it gives candidates access to jobs. Sports score is a must. It gives them a lot of self-awareness, because till now, I think I'm good at marketing, or I think I'm good at sales. If something comes out that you should be doing operations as per your personality, is something that candidates really appreciate. From an employer perspective, if it says you're good at operations, and you definitely don't go to, you'll think twice before hiring them in digital. Of course, you'll interview them, but you'll rely on this report as well. From an employer perspective, job mapping, the right people to the right jobs, and reducing a lot of lead times. Since we've started, hundreds and hundreds of people have taken this test. Why don't you hear from one of them?
So the Sporjo test measures three things: passion, proficiency, and personality. And subjective and relative. You can't know for sure that, hey, I'm really good at this, I'm really good at that. You can believe so, you may be good where you are, but there may be somebody much better, or maybe you're actually much ahead of what you think you are. Personality is the only thing that you can actually accurately measure, because you know yourself better than anyone. And from what I saw from my test results, the personality depiction of my personality was pretty much spot on. That's why I think that this test can be given a lot of credibility, because I have given personality tests before, fun and for other reasons. It's not always been the most accurate depiction. So I was happy with that. And therefore, I think that one could give this test a lot of credibility. I did get two options for which verticals I'd be suited for. One which I thought I was, and one which was quite a surprise for me, which was a commentator in sports broadcast. But come back to the point of personality. Since it was able to aptly describe my personality, I do give this test a lot of credit. And I'm looking forward to seeing what else Sporjo will have to offer. So yeah, I would definitely recommend giving the test. It's a great eye opener, and sometimes it's just bringing you back to reality. Because there are things but sometimes when you read them, hear them out loud, as people say, it sort of makes you realize them a bit more, and then you can work towards improving them, or further strengthening your strength.
So you've filled in your data and taken your test. The next step is a one-on-one with an industry experts, people who've been there, done that in the sports industry. You can see their creds here: IPL, ISL, ICC, 37 years in sports, Oakley. What they do is go through your report and give you guidance and a clear action plan on what you need to build on personally as well as professionally. The next step is called Sporjo Prep, and which are online modules by vertical, curated by industry experts. This cannot be taught anywhere, and this is exactly what happens in offices every day. We've started with operations, sales, digital, and athlete management. Just added broadcast. We'll be adding marketing, sports for social impact, data and analytics, and academies across multiple sports. Now, all these are jobs which are available there, but not too many people have a lot of idea on what happens here. So the idea is to demystify sports on this platform. These are not certified courses, but they are 3 to 8 minute videos of things that are going to be asked in the interview. And when you join a company, this is exactly what you have in store for you. This probably is the most sought after, which is a real life project with a real life company. A few of the people are doing increasing fan base for Chennai NFC, which is a challenge for the company. What this does is it gives people hands-on experience of understanding real life business challenges. And even if 1 in 25 reports are good, the approach is good, the thinking is different and fresh, the companies might actually hire the candidates. So what happens is, step 1, you're evaluated by Sporjo, step 2 by an industry expert, and step 3 by the industry itself, making the whole process meritocratic and scientific. 29 people placed till now in spite of the COVID scenario. There are 16 more mandates that we have, including 8 from Baichung Bhutia's football schools. Good Game and WKey are esports companies. Tech Mahindra, iOS, Nivea, Olympic Gold Quest, 656 sponsor of the Indian football team. We've already placed people in Abhinav Bindra Academy, Tata's, Reliance, Chennai NFC, ISL, and you can see the quality of companies that we are talking about. So what lies ahead for Sporjo? The idea is to create awareness like we're doing now. reach out to people and tell people that sports is a career and not just a hobby or an interest. The idea is to reach out to schools and do a content in languages later this year. Sporjo Mentor is something that's going to be launched towards the end of this month, first week of March, which is a complete Sporjo program, what I just sort of told you, including soft skills. For example, if you're interested in sales, how do you make a sponsorship presentation? Or how do you negotiate in a sales meeting? Things like that. Sporjo Plus, which is jobs for senior execs and sports professionals, already have a couple of mandates for this. Jobs in coaching and jobs in gaming, already speaking to a few industry experts to help us set up this vertical, which we believe is going to be very, very huge. And jobs outside India, which is starting with Middle East and Southeast Asia, to get people from there to India and Indians outside, working outside for global companies as well. Just a few questions before I open it up for you. Is Sporjo a paid service? Yes, it is. Are all steps mandatory? No, they are not. The first step, the test, is mandatory, and after that, it's completely up to you. But the more you do it, the better you will become. Is the job guaranteed at the end of the Sporjo journey? No, it is not, because employers look for a lot more things as well. But what's definitely guaranteed is if on a scale of 0 to 100, your knowledge on sports, mostly it's less than 10 right now, it will be definitely more than 60. I'm not talking about knowledge of sport. I'm talking about knowledge of working in sport. Do you need to be from a sports background? I'm not from a sports background. I've spent 20 years here. Do you have relevant experience of working in sports? Not necessary. As long as you have the right mix of passion, personality, and proficiency, I think you'll do well, irrespective of the background that you come from. Sports job market in COVID, the big ones have frozen hiring, right? And that's very, very clear. But a lot of them have started opening in spite of the situation on right now. And like I'm saying, we've got 16 more mandates live on our pages right now. And if as we move to the new normal, vaccine, etc., sports events starting in India, the sports job market will be back to normal and may even see a spike in the next couple of months. Thank you. Any questions, please?
Yeah, sir. We will. There is one question on the website that how students can get internship in sports.
Okay. So I mean, of the 28 people we've placed, 21 have been internships, and there've been 7 full-time roles that have been given. Now, you can't just go and apply for an internship. The company is not going to shortlist you. So what we do through our test is, I mean, the first step is coming in and joining the Sporjo community, and the step for that is the test, which is called Score. So once you take Score, you become part of the system, and if basis your report, basis your result which comes out, if you're suited to a certain kind of a role, we'll map you. Now, just because you're interested in sports does not mean we can match you with any of the roles which come out. If you're interested, your report says that you will be good at digital, and if there's an internship for digital which comes out, we will map you there. So to get internships with companies, coming and joining the Sporjo community and taking the Score is a must.
So there is another question, sir. Did there is a technology-related technology-related career options are provided by Sporjo in sports industry? Because various means telecommunication thing and information technology, that field career are provided in Sporjo.
Is that a question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yes, right now we have mandates from Tech Mahindra, which is slightly senior positions, but for people who have a tech plus sports background. We get a lot of openings for working in digital, which is not exactly tech, but yes, with sports tech becoming so big, we are bound to have lots and lots and lots of options. We have a couple of profiles for a gaming company, like WKey and Good Game are esports companies, but the roles that were advertised for were mostly in sales. But as we move forward, with sports tech becoming the way it is, there'll be lots and lots and lots of. I mean, most of the roles will be sports tech roles going forward.
Okay, sir. We will wait for some questions. If you have any question, you can put in the comment box or the on website. It has been given how to ask question.
Any other questions?
Okay, sir. I think there are
If,
no more questions. Thank you so much, sir, for your
if,
guidance.
if
Yeah.
yeah, if there are any more questions, people can write to us at admin@sporjo.com. That's what I put in the chat box. admin@sporjo.com. Yeah.
Okay, sir. We will put it on website too. Thank you so much, sir, for
Yeah.
your guidance. It was seriously one of the great webinar with you. So now, other as there are no attendees, so I think there are no doubts. All doubts are clear. Um, Thank you, everyone. So to wrap up the session, I will ask to Mayur Budodkar.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. We have great challenges and great opportunities waiting for us, and with your help, we will meet them. Once again, thank you, sir, and thank you all of you for joining our session. And don't forget to register yourself on backcampus.in for the upcoming events and session organized by us. Thank you. Thank you once again. Sir, it was very nice talking to you.
Thank you so much.